Hi, Jared with VisibleTour.com, and today we are doing the final battle with the R6 versus the R7, and we're gonna do it in the exact same position, exact same tripod, exact same mount. Nothing is gonna change, exact same settings, except for the R7 is gonna have HQ where the R6 does not, and we are gonna be using this lens. This is the Tamron 35-150. It's an f2.8 to f4. It is a variable aperture. It's an amazing lens. I ended up renting this from Lens Rental. No endorsement, didn't give me any money to say that. And after a week I said, hey, I want to buy this thing. It is awesome. So it is a discontinued lens. You can no longer buy it brand new, but you can buy it used. Adapted onto the R7, it gives you a focal length of about 56 millimeters to 240 millimeters, which is a fantastic reach. It is awesome, I love it. But what if you want it to be equivalent to the R6, giving that more full frame look? Because it is a full frame lens. There's a lot of glass in there that's not being used. How do we utilize it? Well, today we're gonna be using the Viltrox Speed Booster. So the Speed Booster is gonna actually use all of the glass. It's gonna put it onto the APS sensor, and we are going to be able to have more of an equivalent focal length. It's not gonna be exact, but it's gonna be very close, more like a 1.1 crop instead of a 1. We'll have camera A, camera B, they might switch a little bit. I want you to guess which one you think is what. You're gonna figure it out after a while, which camera is what. So, what I would like you to do is also grade them. Which focal length do you like the best in which camera? And leave a comment below, because I would love to hear more about that. Because you know what matters? Not the lens, not the person, not the camera, but the person looking at the images. That's what matters. I mean, you can like one thing, but if many people like it, it's kind of majority rules in that case, and you should actually try to please that person. Just like I want to please you guys with these kind of videos when we do a comparison. So let's get right into it. We're gonna go right now. Okay, this one is at 35 millimeters. So we are 35 millimeters here. Clouds keep coming in and out, so it's gonna be hard to expose on this one, but here we go, 35 millimeters at the widest aperture there is on this one. So this is 50 millimeter. So 50. How does it look? How's the bokeh in the background? Is it looking good? Too blown out? Too dark? Shadows? I am shooting this in log, so I'll be able to have a little bit of flexibility in post. So color grading, highlights, shadows, all the fun stuff. $85 millimeter, 85 millimeter. $85. And again, this is a third-party adaptive lens, the Tamron 35-150. It is great. If you're interested in this lens, well, good luck finding one. No, I'm kidding. You can find one, but it's gonna be used. I will try to find one for you on Amazon and put a link below. Otherwise, I will put a link below on all the equipment that I'm using here, including the DJI mic, which is fantastic. I love it, highly recommend it. Beautiful bokeh in the background. Which lens is this one? Which one do you think it is? We'll go back here. And moving up. This is what 105 millimeters looks like. It's nice. What a beautiful day. If you haven't been to Wisconsin, you gotta try it out. It is awesome here. Lakes are great. Weather in the summer is great, fall is great, spring is great, winter sucks. It is cold, but I'll still do videos for you in the winter. But please subscribe so you can watch those, okay? All right, we're zoomed in all the way 150 millimeters. This is 150 millimeters on the Tamron 35 to 150. So we are at the longest it can be on this camera. And let's back up a little bit. This is how far I have a very long driveway, if you can't tell. So, yeah, this is what 150 millimeters on this camera looks like. So, kind of walk in, see how it tracks me. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I won't know until post. Again, leave comments below. I want to know what you think. If you like this kind of testing, like it. Comment. It motivates me, it motivates the algorithm to tell me what to do, because I have ideas, but they're not always the best. You have better ideas than I do, and I would rather please you with the passion that I have with cameras and video. So backing up a little bit, 150 millimeters back here. 150 millimeters is nice. I like it. So we'll come closer to the 150 millimeters. See how it tracks. I love this test. This is probably one of my favorite tests between the R6 and the R7. So you tell me what you think, but I'm not ready to be done with you guys. You need to watch another test, and it is a solo test. It is a solo test to see what it looks like and performs without the speed booster. Does it perform better? How does that long range of the 56 millimeter to 240 millimeter focal length look like? Well, let's find out right now. Man, I suck at this. Oh, here we are. We're at the cropped of the 56 millimeter equivalent, because we're at 35 millimeters here, and it is a 2.8 instead of a 2.0. So now we're gonna be going 2.8 to 4 instead of the 2 to 2.8, because we don't have the speed booster to give that more light in and that shallower depth of field. So we're gonna see what this looks like. Right now, this is at 35 millimeters, which is equivalent to about 56 millimeters. This is how it's tracking. This is how it looks. This is how I look. I don't know. You're probably not here for me. You're here for the testing. All right, 50 millimeters. I have to back up a little bit to be in frame, but this is the 50 millimeters. 50 times 1.6 is, come on, say it, and then put it in the comments. I don't do math. It's not what I do. I just do cameras. I don't know math. I have a calculator. That's what that's for. So let's go on to the next one. 85 millimeters. I gotta back up. All right, so it has got awesome reach at the 85 millimeter, which is, I don't know, what's the math on an 85 times 1.6? You guys know. You're in front of your computer watching this, or your phone, and you're able to just put that in there and do it, where I'm not a computer. At 105 millimeters, this is 105 millimeters, which is 1.6 times 105. You know the math. I don't. Whoa, we are getting brighter out here. This is the 135 millimeters. So 135 millimeters, checking to see what that looks like. Try to stay in frame here and just walking it. And my neighborhood's known for a lot of walkers. Not those kind of walkers, but. And finally, the 150 millimeters. So 150 millimeters. I'm gonna back up all the way to the sidewalk, see what that looks like. This is quite, wow, this is quite the stretch here. So I'm actually almost to my road. Here, I'll just touch the road real quick. So I'm here to the road. It's super windy right now, but how is that sound on the DJI mic? Because this DJI mic has this dead cat on it, a mini little dead cat. Not a real one, obviously, but one to get rid of the wind or actually kind of reduce it, the sound of the wind coming through. I think they work pretty good. Again, if you're interested in that, links below to purchase. Well, that concludes the R6 versus the R7, or the R7 versus the R6. However you want to look at it, this was the final battle. It was focal length. It was comparing and contrasting and seeing which one looks better, and can you mimic a full frame look? Well, you tell me. I mean, the R7 might be the best camera for you for $1,500, or for $2,200, $2,300, you could go get the R6 for a full frame look. But you're gonna totally limit having that nice unlimited record time, that sharper image. So if you're like me and you can afford it, I'm keeping both. I love them both. They both have a home here in my home, whatever that means. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.